This is a video of my 1965 Corvair with a GM 3800 V6 supercharged engine, and I'm going to try to explain what I had to do to adapt it to the Corvair rear. First of all, I had to make this particular bracket here, and it goes bolted onto the Corvair frame in two places, and I was able to take off the McPherson strut rod, cut it off right where the spindle ended, the housing for it, and made a couple of tabs here on the inside here, and made a bushing housing for it, bolted it up, and made this upper A-arm bracket. It's a single, and then reinforced it across here to these other tabs that are welded onto this bracket here. This is here mounted exactly like it was on the Pontiac, right to the spindle, so there's no change there. My adjustment will be here. Here's the knuckle for my adjustment for my caster. As you can see right here, I used the stock upper shock absorber mount for the Corvair and adapted this Alden American coilover. What I had to do at the bottom was make these tabs to secure the bottom of the coilover, and also made these plates that were welded to the underneath of the A-arm. To nullify the steering, this is where the rack and pinion was bolted to, and again I made these strut rod arms that go all the way over here to be able to make the adjustment for my toe in and toe out, and to eliminate the steering of the front suspension. Here's a better view of my lower shock mount and the gussets. It's welded all the way across of the A-arm, kept the same position for the stabilizer bar. Here I made these tabs, welded them onto the ball joint bracket of the Pontiac, and eliminated the ball joint, and then just welded a bushing mounting directly onto the shaft that was on the ball joint. Here's a better of the strut rod that I used to eliminate the steering, and also to do my toe in and toe out. I'm going to be taking this apart to put some new bushings. Get some light underneath here. I'm going to be putting new bushings on the ends of the This helps a little bit to get an idea of what it took to get this done. Here's a top view looking from the trunk. There's the shock mount. These are the brackets that I used for the arm. And that's it. And here's the driver's side. Same concept. Here's the backside view of the A-arm bracket. Right here, and these are the tabs with the bushing right there. This gives a little bit of idea on the amount of room or the lack of room in between the engine here and the side. Here's the brackets, the tabs that I welded onto the cradle. And this is the arm that goes to the spindle so the spindles don't turn. And that's a front wheel drive. There's a picture of the other side. Same concept. And as you can tell, here's a transaxle right here. And there's not very much room between the bracket and that, but it fits. And this is the cross member. It's right here. We chose to weld it all the way around here and underneath. And this is from here to the other side. Here is approximately 35 inches. And down below here, you can see how it's attached. There's going to be a cover on here. And this is another view of it here. As you can tell, the cover we take off and we're able to bolt it in there. This is the original Pontiac cradle and the donuts that attach to it. Here's a cradle from underneath. I've taken the bottom A-arms off so you can see. A-arm gets attached right here. And this is the cradle here. This is where I've mounted the cradle onto this cross member that I've welded all the way across. And it actually, on the inside, it's actually welded on top of this on the inside. It cradles the top. And since I've kept the radiator in the stock position as it was on the Pontiac, and I kept it here, so I had to make this deflector here, so at high speeds it routes some of the air up into the radiator. Put up in there. All this is an opening. This is the engine cover. This is all the way around. That's where the air comes up into the radiator. And I've made this cover for it, as you can see. So it covers everything. I've yet to put in my rear window yet. I'm going to be making it a plexiglass. But that's what it looks like. I'm going to take the covers off so you can see the bracing up on the top of the engine. I made the covers in 3 pieces. First one comes off. Very easy, just in 3 pieces. And these pieces come off also. Remove the other pieces, and this is to show you that I used the stock cross member, top cross member off of the Pontiac. Just cut it off right at the tabs on the Pontiac up to here. It's basically 53 inches across from there. And what I've done to secure it naturally at the bottom, and also right here, this bracket that was originally for the back seat of the Corvair. I've just made an arm here, bolted it there, and bolted it here, and that takes care of the top, and again it's bolted also to the bottom. This way I could use the stock upper suspension points right here. Everything is stock. Radiators in the stock position. Everything's in the stock position. The ECM is right here. Right here. It's the computer. Eliminated the stock air cleaner and just put a K&N filter. And these are all the gas lines off of the original Pontiac. All the connections of the stock. So as you can see, I used as much of the Pontiac parts that I could. This piece here I put in just so I can attach the covers to, the top covers. But I'm going to show you how close all the tolerances are. You can see right in here there's very little bit of room. Everything fits.